related benefits and the creation of long-term funds for investment into the Gambian economy. The government will thus continue to create a sound and enabling environment for such investments and businesses to thrive.
The industry that has officially started operation has a lot to offer to its customers. For Grts News, I am Fatou Jassi.
We'll now take our first break. The news continues right after. Welcome back. U.S. President Barack Obama has begun a tour of Southeast Asia, the first since he was re-elected. Obama's first stop was Thailand, where he met the king and other senior government officials. He's expected to go to Cambodia, where he will attend the ASEAN summit before heading to Burma, a country that was until now seen as a pariah. Thus will mark the first visit by a U.S. president in over 2 decades. We have more in this report.
President Barack Obama arrived Sunday morning in Bangkok, Thailand on the first leg of his Southeast Asia tour and his first steps outside the United States since being re-elected on November 6th. Thailand has long been an ally of the United States, even though the military coup d'etat in 2006 led the Americans to suspend military relations for a year. Relations today are generally excellent. This tour is meant to refocus U.S. diplomacy on the Asia-Pacific region. On Monday, Obama will be in Rangoon, Burma, a country until recently held under a military iron fist. Some human rights organizations believe that the visit to Burma is coming too soon. The White House says the opposite, that a process of liberalization is underway with a balance in political activity. The election of opposition leader Aung San Suu Kyi as a deputy is seen as a success for U.S. diplomacy here. That opinion is shared by many Western tourists who are beginning to come to Burma.
We should regularly indicate to the government that their activity is being followed closely. Obama is showing that he is following events here. I hope that European leaders will also come to show that they are following events here.
Obama is also very concerned about human rights in Phnom Penh in Cambodia, where he will be participating in the ASEAN summit. Some 100 people demonstrated on Sunday calling for the U.S. president to help put an end to the confiscation of land.
I want to address the Cambodian government. When Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton arrive, I would like them to intervene and tell the government to stop the expulsions.
Cambodia has been ruled since 1985 by Prime Minister Hun Sen. The Americans say they are worried about the human rights situation in the country, adding that without the ASEAN summit, no bilateral meetings between U.S. and Cambodian leaders would have been scheduled.
There is no let-up in the Israeli onslaught on Gaza as planes and warships continue to bombard targets in the besieged strip. Meanwhile, on the diplomatic front, Egyptian President and French Foreign Minister are working to broker a truce. The current exchange of rockets and missiles has killed almost 50 Palestinians and 3 Israelites. We have more in this report.
Israelis from local towns and collectives just north of the border with Gaza are watching the targeted bombings of the Palestinian territory by the Israeli army. As the Israelis bomb Gaza, the Palestinians are sending rockets into Israel, more than 800 by some accounts, reaching areas around Jerusalem and Tel Aviv for the first time ever. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is talking tough. Israeli forces have attacked more than 1,000 terrorist targets in Gaza, and they are continuing their operations right now. Israelis are ready for a large offensive. The Israelis have targeted Hamas buildings, but civilians have been hit. and more than 65 have been killed. 3 Israelis have also been killed in the southern town of Kiryat Malachi. Egyptian President Morsi sounded optimistic, mentioning contacts with both sides and a meeting with Turkish Prime Minister Erdogan. A number of intensive efforts are being made through communications with the Palestinians and the Israelis. We think there is a possibility for a ceasefire between the two parties. France sent Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius to Israel. What is happening in Israel and Gaza is very serious. People have been killed and wounded. There is an escalation here. War must be avoided and can be avoided. The regional situation is difficult for all sides, including Israel. The Arab Spring brought regimes to power that are closer to the Hamas. The United States is talking with Morsi in Egypt and with the Turks. However, the United States and Israel refuse to talk directly with the Hamas.
We'll now take our second break. And before we go, a reminder of our headlines. The Vice President, Her Excellency Ajah Dr. Aissatou Njie Saidi, has joined hundreds of faithful at the historic enthronement of Archbishop Dr. Solomon Tilawa Johnson of the Internal Province of West Africa. Authorities in the hospitality industry have launched the first ever skydiving event as part of a range of programs meant to entice tourism in the Smiling Coast. U.S. President Barack Obama has begun his whirlwind visit of Southeast Asia, the first since he was re-elected, and there is no let up in the Israeli onslaught on Gaza as planes and warships have bombarded targets in the besieged strip. That brings us to the end of the news. Thanks for the pleasure of your company. Stay tuned and enjoy GRTS.
Financial services ya kala mutole ko doko aninka nyoma ko wolka banko yurwande no ay foari abay o kamale krikio soni andiale hane foka bouton clean dete doron sile ko do di la wolo lat o yati na musafele banjul abala bullo ko do ki kala contract o e basse ablay fere serekunda abala dinni wala karam munjo ki ka fama e bansang ay situ fele brikama ba abe ko do ki ka ba mai soma modu fele farafenya abe ko do ki ka bari ye bara imari be dawoda ise ko do kino wala samblaro ki yen katu Lions Financial Services idoku punda kende mwoni flor soto banko kantaring batati je nyo sabati je abe dabe soniari woton ko ila sambalaro ki aning Lions Financial Services la min dabe soniaring andu abe tariari.
QCell brings you Q Football. With Q Football, you can get up-to-the-minute updates whenever your favorite team is playing in their league or in cup competitions. With Q Football, you can get details of any match that has ended for only $1 by sending your team's name to 411. Just send your team's name by SMS to 511 and receive 1 month's worth of goals, halftime scores and full-time results of your favorite team for only $10 a month. For more information, call customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the only 3G plus network in the Gambia.
It's a way to connect with your friends and family easily with QCell's SMS chat, a meeting place. It's where we're at,